It is the RIOT podcast. This is the Tuesday, February 7th edition. Wild show today.
I feel like we need to set a clock, though, because our podcast intros have been long lately.
Let's make it longer.
Unless everybody wants that. I don't know. You guys normally are very positive. You're like, more show, the better. But, I mean, they're getting long.
They're getting extensive.
How about I live produce this segment right now? Isaiah, pick one topic.
Oh, to focus on?
Of the show?
Yeah.
All right, it's a good idea.
What do you want to hit on?
So I've been doing recently, I told you guys, probably like a week or so ago. This has nothing to do with what's in the podcast.
Now nobody will know what's in the podcast unless they actually listen to the whole thing.
I'm just messing. I'll talk about what's in the podcast. We'll circle back to that another time. We talked about jean thongs.
What you're picking?
The first one that I saw when I looked down.
That was my favorite one. That was the best. That was the highlight of the show to me.
If only you could see this, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. No, that is my favorite segment we've done, not just today. That's my favorite segment we've done in a while.
Oh, is it going to make your own?
Because he relates to it.
Is it making your own personal TikTok?
Ooh, it might. I don't know. You know, Nene's been doing such a good job of posting TikToks on the RadioU TikTok.
My idea.
Sometimes I feel a little too lazy to go ahead and do it for myself now.
Want to get little snippets of our show, like by video, if you check out RadioU Official, they always make their way to our TikTok, to our Insta stories, and then to our YouTube shorts at RadioU Official.
Like maybe I
or for
should.
RadioU Riot.
Again, we're not talking about what's actually in the podcast.
You know, I wasn't allowed to talk about what I wanted to talk about, but now we're talking about Hudson's TikTok.
Yeah. Well, I'm the only one of us that actually posts on mine, and it's still a much different format than what Nene does, because Nene will chop our videos up so much. Sometimes it's almost like we're politicians, and it's like taking something we said completely out of context.
Oh, yeah. He loves
I love when he does that, yeah.
Which, I mean, it's funny, but mine usually have a little more...
Are you saying yours are better?
No, I'm just saying mine are...
Content with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just you actually understand...
Different style.
Yeah, it's just a different style.
I like the way you think. We also talked about if it is okay to spy on your significant other's phone.
Are we just going to let him get away with that?
Another...
What are you talking about?
We already hit one topic.
Oh, we're doing multiple? I thought we were doing...
No, we're stopping because we're talking too long.
It's been 2 minutes.
We said one topic.
I don't care about what we said. 2 minutes is not a long enough intro.
That's a bonus topic.
Topic.
We got a lot.
If we present it that way, it might not feel so long.
Exactly. We got bonus content.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't need to have our intros be 2 minutes, but we also don't need them like 8 minutes. So we have to find a happy in between.
So what was the bonus topic?
Is it okay to spy on your significant other's phone?
Yeah, actually that's a good choice because there's so much. There was so much we didn't even get to say in the first time around when we talked about that, because we did talk about that for a while, because there's a lot to say about it.
Yeah, it just depends on if you're thinking like, are you finding out if someone's cheating, or is it really just now your whole life's in your phone? Do you let someone that you're dating into your whole life of all your stuff? And if so, like, what mark is it when, like, 6 months or a year? How long do you have to be dating for that?
And I think after we continued to talk about it off the air, something that I feel like at least I kind of landed on is it's one of those things where if you don't want to let the other person look at your phone, it could be because you're actually hiding something, or it could be a trust issue thing. And the same goes for if you want to look at somebody else's phone. Like either way, it could be a trust issue thing. So that's the tough line to walk with it.
You want to hear the most distrusting thing?
What's that?
Is not even knowing, like, if your boyfriend or girlfriend, they have another phone.
Oh, the dual phones.
They have a separate
Maybe if they're too free to let you look at their main phone.
You're like, well, where's your other phone? You have a work phone or something?
This can't possibly be.
This isn't a very new model of an iPhone. I think you do better on your personal one.
Is this a burner?
Yeah, it's your
burner.
It's your work phone.
Yeah. All right, rapid fire. Ready? If you were to have me not look through one app on your phone, I get your phone, but I can type, say, out of one app. Which app are you picking?
You're not in my banking.
You didn't say in banking?
No banking.
Jeez, I wouldn't have looked at that anyway. Hudson?
The banking's probably a good answer.
Send it to yourself.
I guess that's a true answer. I would have went like photos or something. Usually people would say like messages or something like that.
See, the tough thing is, I don't think this was supposed to be rapid fire, but Like, if you looked at my messages or, like, even that
I
wouldn't be
wouldn't
that
find anything
bad.
juicy.
It wouldn't be like, it would not be anything bad. It would be maybe
Boring.
mildly embarrassing to me.
Yeah, I want the embarrassing.
But the bank account might be actually the worst, because what if you just take,
I could just
what if you
steal
just
your
take
money.
my Zelle? Yeah.
I guess that's the best answer,
it would
probably.
be the perfect crime, too, because it would go right to your phone number.
I'd steal it.
Yeah.
Be like, gee, I wonder where all my money went. And I see a
Yeah.
large transaction.
Good
All right,
answers.
let's go, guys. It's been 5 minutes.
All right, that's enough.
Okay, you guys enjoy the podcast today. Of course, text and say hi at 877-2RadioU. And you guys have been great with sending us stories. So if you come across an article or something you want to cover in the next podcast, make sure you just send us a link.
Last note, keep in mind tomorrow, Would You Rather Wednesday. So you can send Would You Rathers to 877-2RadioU.
Okay, bye.
Talk to you later.
guys.
And we're done at 5:37. Good job, guys.
Pretty good.
Good job. Bye.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
Tom Brady, he announced his retirement. Can you believe it was just 1 week ago, less than 1 week ago. It was last Wednesday when he went ahead and did that, obviously for the second time. And if you recall, what Tom Brady is scheduled to do now that once he finally retires, it is to take over as a broadcaster, one of the guys in the booth, I guess a lead analyst for Fox football games.
Now, when we were talking about his retirement, like with his video and stuff, one of you guys mentioned, so now he's going to go. Like, was that pretty well known that when he was done playing football that he was going to have a job doing that?
Yeah, he got like a huge contract last year.
Yeah, $375 million.
For whenever he was ready?
Yeah, to do it for 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
It's a big commitment.
So the assumption was now that he's retired, that this coming football season, you'd be seeing Tom Brady. I mean, that's what Tony Romo did, right? He went straight from retirement straight up to CBS lead analyst for football games. But in a recent interview that Tom Brady did on the Colin Cowherd show, The Herd, Tom Brady said that he will not be stepping into the broadcast booth until the following football season.
Oh, he's taking a year off.
This coming football season, he's not going to be broadcasting. Now, Nikki, naive little Nikki,
What?
thinks that he's going to be taking a year off.
Well, yeah, like I would travel and, take some football nights off or days off.
Yeah.
What's he going to do instead?
Maybe play football.
No, he's not.
Maybe.
That's
He
the
is
dumbest
not.
thing I've ever
He
heard.
could. He also was asked by Colin Cowherd in the interview, is there even a 1% chance of returning to the playing field next year? And he never definitively said no.
Tom Brady, stop doing this.
He's leaving the door open.
No.
What do you think, Isaiah?
I don't know. I listened to the interview live, and I didn't get the sense that he was going to take the year off from broadcasting, nor did I get the sense that he was going to come back to play football.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much of this article I really believe in.
Maybe he needs to, because who was the other guy? Tony Romo?
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't like him,
Yeah.
I was reading. And believe it or not, it's just like with being on radio. Not everybody can just walk on in and do it.
Yeah.
And not everybody's going to like you either.
They're not going to like you. So maybe it is a smarter thing on Fox's side to give him a year to train.
It would be very wise.
Yeah, learn to
do that.
Take a break from being in the spotlight for some negative stuff, and come back stronger.
Yeah, I think the hope is that that's what he would do. What if he's just like sitting in his living room doing like you're a child.
Mock breaks?
Yeah, like pretending.
Practicing.
He's got Joe. No, I guess it's not Joe Buck. He's got Greg Olson muted, and he's like, yeah. Oh wow, look at how the receiver ran that out route. Yeah, no wonder the quarterback couldn't hit him. He failed on that one. Stuff like that. So he can learn. I can give him a little tutorial if he wants. Even
He's going
He can
to-
learn how to
I'm
broadcast.
sure he'd love to learn from you, Hudson.
Yeah. Well, we both have the exact same amount of experience doing it.
He's going to Hudson School of Commentary.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'd be better than Tom Brady at this because I've definitely watched a lot more football games than he
And
has.
was playing, yeah.
Well, he doesn't. He's playing in them. How's he gonna listen to what the commenters are saying?
I think he has a little bit more of an insightful view into the game than maybe you would be able to give.
But there's lots of football players that have insight. That doesn't mean that they can relay that. I'm already a broadcaster and I've watched a lot of football.
Yeah, we've talked
So
before.
I
they
could
would
just
be
be-
really interested in your brain. Like, what does Hudson think really
I could
happened on
be
this play
making stuff
rather
up.
than Tom?
And it would be better than what Tom Brady can say because he doesn't know how to broadcast.
Our broadcast,
Interesting.
though, is really different.
Yeah.
It's very
you want me to
different.
do a breakdown with the telestrator on this play right now?
Why don't you send us into the play for Islander?
What I'm seeing on this is that it looks like Isaiah and Nikki
Wrong.
are really criticizing Hudson.
No, I see Lacey Sturm coming up the field.
That's
And
what
it's
I
easy
see.
to see why Hudson's confidence is shaken and he's having a tough time out there. But, we talked to him in pre-show interviews. He's a really resilient guy, and he's able to put up with a lot of adversity.
You want me to heckle you from the stadium? Or
Yeah.
Isaiah's doing just a fine job of that.
Tom Brady, what do you think? And then in he comes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see him do that. It's Islander.
I'm not too surprised if he takes the year off.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
It's time for some fashion talk on the show. Isaiah, have you noticed how Nikki's wearing purple today? She's not wearing black. We're
I
real-
did notice that when I walked in.
Yeah, we're so proud of her. She's really coming out of her shell. I think you're turning a corner.
Well, it was frustrating because I have put in a few gray items, charcoal gray, but like when we record a video podcast as well, everything still looks black on the camera. So I was
Black, dark, depressing.
Depressing.
Very emo.
And so I saw this yesterday, and they did not have black as an option, but it looked very comfortable, and there was only like a lilac purple color, so I went for it.
Yeah, you've really
Stepped out today.
Yeah, I think you should explore this a little more. The non-black part of your wardrobe.
The color palette changed.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of colors out there. But that's actually not the fashion that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about, you ever shop on Shine, Nikki?
Sheen.
Sheen?
Shein.
Is that how you say it?
It's Shein.
Sheen? I even looked it up. And
Everybody says it differently.
okay.
You say it however you want, Hudson.
It's Chinese,
But that wasn't
right?
it.
It's a Chinese thing.
It's like fast fashion. So
Fast
it's like
fashion.
It's like
really
cheaper
cheap.
stuff. You never
Yeah.
know really what you're going to get. It's like a fun little thing.
Yeah, well, one thing you could get on there that's making waves, it's causing headlines, is jean short thong. As a jean short thong.
Oh,
A
no.
denim thong.
Out in public?
I mean,
Yeah.
no.
no.
Well,
Yes, I mean, no.
I mean, you could wear wherever you want.
Is it for guys and girls or just? Is it just girls?
I struggle to picture how
A man-
this would
There's not a
be.
chance a man it's working.
Yeah, I don't
Did you
really.
see,
I mean,
though,
even
they're
for
only-
women, it would be a tough
They're only
squeeze.
$12.99.
I know, it's a great deal.
Wow.
Actually, for you get a few of these, you could actually turn them into a pair of pants,
Now, you
and it'd be
could-
pretty affordable.
You could wear them as underwear and then put pants over them, so you have like a double pants top
Yeah.
for the jeans.
Which, if you're gonna wear these as underwear, though, you might as well just go commando in jeans.
Yep,
right?
exactly. I agree. I think these have to be worn as
Hudson-
pants.
I feel like that'd be more uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, Hudson. If you don't understand fashion, then that's
clearly.
just to you.
Well, I mean, imagine these playing peekaboo outside the top of your.
What is that denim on denim? What do you got rolling there? That's
Taking
double
a
denim.
Canadian tuxedo to another level.
Because then you would just wear like low-waisted or baggy jeans, and so you could see the top of it.
Uh-huh.
Listen, the stuff you find on there doesn't mean you're supposed to buy it or wear it.
Can you imagine going swimming in these?
No.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
These aren't even like swim trunks. These are just out and about.
Yeah.
These are a warm summer day when you're looking for a little breeze. I
You want to
think.
make sure you minimize the tan lines. You get a tan as far over your body as you can. So you just roll out in your jean thong shorts.
Well, it's
You're good to go.
size 4 to 14. There's 4 different colors.
I don't know if I'm going to
and
fit in these.
the problem with Shein some people have is like, again, the quality.
the sizing and whatnot.
I remember watching a video of someone who ordered like a bunch of clothes, and you can get like a whole wardrobe for maybe like $100, and all their clothes made them break out like in a rash.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Because it was so bad.
Actually, the thing I wanted to note about these too is it's hilarious that they button up and have a zipper, but they look like they're really thin. Like it's funny that they're jean, jean.
Maybe
thong.
they're like stretchy jean material.
It's like
stretchy
jeggings.
jean.
yeah, like jegging
It
material.
could be, or just like that super thin, super cheap. Like just nobody wears it now, but like the really light denim.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they could be. Not that would make
you
them a
say
whole lot more
light,
comfortable.
Others say cheap.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I feel like these could be utilized if you were doing like a pool day or beach day, because like you have to wear, like a lot of times you wear something like some sort of cover up to like the beach. And so you could wear this over top of your bikini, and then when you get there, you just slip this off. And that way you're never missing out on the rays.
Cover up.
Yeah, exactly.
Your bikini. You know what though? Here's what I know. Since it's on Shein, it's supposed to be cheap and whatever. Probably wouldn't hold up very well. But maybe the idea isn't a bad idea, because you know what's the problem with guys, Isaiah?
What's the problem?
I can't wait to hear it. What is it?
The holes that develop in our underwear.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, but if you get jean underwear,
there's no way you're ripping a hole in those.
That would take a long time.
Yes, it would.
You really have to wear.
Is there a briefs version? I need a briefs version of these.
We have to work on that.
Can we please all promise each other that no matter, like, we're not following fashion, but can we just please promise that it does not become popular to have denim underwear?
I think if we
style.
if we ever wear them, though, we got to show them, you know? You got to be like, check it out. Got the denim on.
I mean, it'd be indiscernible
I think
from
that might be
shorts, really. So.
It's not a work violation. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's She's always trying to find me at work.
Shorts. It would just look like shorts.
You wouldn't even know. I am for these.
People.
I think, ladies, if you want to walk around in these, go for it.
Yeah, I hate to agree, but I've come around.
Okay, denim underwear.
Yeah.
You guys wear whatever you want.
Levi's get on this. And you never have to wash them.
You don't. The best pair of underwear you've got.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Now, coming up next weekend is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Woo!
Yeah.
Who's excited?
Just over a week away, and excitement is building. Isaiah and I have talked about this. We're finally excited for a Marvel movie again.
Woo!
Where you look back.
Are you going to go to the theater just woo during the whole time?
The whole movie.
Because you might not want to.
Well,
I'm going to ask you to leave.
The early reviews are out for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and it sounds like that's what people are doing.
Yeah.
Wooing in the theater because they love it so much. I'm struggling to find in these early reviews really anything particularly negative about it. Is it going to be the best Marvel movie? I don't know, but everybody is just pretty much praising it. Particularly, the top thing people seem to love about it is Jonathan Majors as Kang, like the villain, the antagonist of the movie. People really digging what he brings to the table with that. And so, I mean, if you were excited about Ant-Man before, now the reviews being so positive, you got to be even more excited, right?
See, honestly, in the Marvel world of movies, I remember I went along with most, and I was like, okay, fine, I can track with this.
Yeah.
But then before the original Ant-Man came out, and
I knew you were going to say this.
I had a real tough time, and I was like, he gets smaller. What?
He gets smaller than bigger?
All the things.
All the
Marvel,
weird powers.
aliens and the quantum realms.
Yes,
and
She's like, I don't get the whole Ant-Man thing.
demigods that are gods but not gods.
And then it did so well, and I'm just over here like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
She's like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
But I've not
That's
seen
where
it,
you-
but I understand. I know it's actually really good.
Yeah, well,
Even though it feels stupid.
for that's the thing that feels stupid, dude.
That's what's tripping me up.
Of all things, with Paul Rudd, too.
Yeah, right. For Ant-Man, I was so excited before the first one came out, and then maybe I just had my expectations way too high because it's like Paul Rudd in a Marvel movie, and there was a lot of names attached to that movie as far as making it that made it seem like it was going to be really good. It was okay. It didn't meet what I was hoping, and the second one was better. But this is everybody's saying this is the best Ant-Man movie yet. Paul Rudd is great as well. This is what we're hoping for.
Well, you have a week till you find out.
Isaiah, how does this make you feel?
Excitement levels are high.
You gonna go see
Excitement
it?
levels are real high. I would consider seeing this one in theaters because I'm so excited for it. I would say the most excited I've been since the last Doctor Strange movie came out.
I think I'm even more excited than Doctor Strange, which means I feel like I'm going to be let down.
You're not going to be let down.
I feel like I'm going to be let down.
No, it's going to be. I have high hopes for this.
How about this? You go in with no expectations and a lot of snacks. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
there
going
you
to have
go.
a good time.
Yeah.
And you go on a Tuesday when it's cheaper. You won't
And
mind
I go
as
to a
much.
not AMC also where it's going to be
Correct.
cheaper.
Correct.
Are you going to see it in theaters, you think?
I guarantee I
have a
will
gift
see this in
card to still
theater.
use?
Yeah, I actually have a couple that have stacked up, so I'm ready to go to see this in theaters.
How can you not like it then with all that?
I don't know because I'm trying to think
Because it
back
gets smaller. No, just
when the last
Concept.
Marvel movie came out that wasn't like disappointing to me.
I thought the Doctor Strange movie was good, but you didn't like it.
It was all right, but
I'm biased.
I was like you, and I was excited, and then I
Yeah.
watched it. I was like, it's not
It
horrible.
wasn't incredible. I get it.
So actually, if I do go back, the last Marvel movie that didn't disappoint me was, and I don't know if this even counts, but Shang-Chi, because I didn't think I was gonna like Shang-Chi, and then
You
I
were
thought it was pretty
surprised.
good.
You thought it was all right. Okay.
But then the last one that I actually had high expectations for that didn't let me down was Endgame, I guess, because that delivered
you
on
go.
everything. So, but that was almost 4 years ago.
Well,
now,
we're
so.
in Valentine's season, and I feel like a lesson for you is just to let your heart trust again.
Open up my heart.
Open your heart.
Yeah.
Let the ant in,
Uh-huh.
and just see, and you're gonna love
And then
it.
Go
my
get
heart
yourself
will
some
grow.
tickets.
My heart will grow 10
an event.
sizes, just like Ant-Man.
Don't be afraid to trust again. All right.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
Something came up on the Worst of the Riot podcast intro yesterday. Listen wherever you get your podcasts and on the Radio U Riot Facebook page and YouTube channel. The Worst of the Riot podcast. I don't even.
Daily enjoy. No.
Yeah, I don't even remember why this came up, but it came around to: is it okay to check your significant other's phone? You're dating somebody, you're married or whatever. Is it all right to, without them maybe knowing, snoop on their phone without that being a pre-agreed upon situation?
And if so, if you do it, like how long do you have to be into the relationship before the distrust comes in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was such a juicy topic. We had to put a pause on that yesterday and bring it onto the show today. And so now let us weigh in, the Riot relationship experts
On it.
on.
It's a controversial topic.
It is, isn't it? So take a stance.
No, I want you to do it first.
You want me to do it first?
I want people to dislike you.
I just
your
think
stance.
that
Let's
I
hear
speak
it.
for Isaiah and
Whoa,
all
you
of
don't
our,
speak for me.
all of our audience when I say I want a woman's opinion.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot who are more open by like sharing your passcode, or you can add your face on it. So then that way that you don't have the snooping part of like trying to break into the phone, because then the guy's always like, well, there's nothing to hide.
Yeah.
So and it goes both ways. So then you make sure you can get into each other's phones.
I agree
Yeah.
with that. I think if you don't have your partner's passcode or they've never given it to you, I think that is a red flag.
Because what if
You
there's
think
an
it's a red
accident and you
flag?
need it
Oh,
in the
for
phone?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you don't know your partner's password, that's crazy talk. There's no
mean,
reason you should know their password.
How long do you date before you give the passcode?
I think you give it right off the rip. Like, if I'm just hanging out with
What?
somebody, why wouldn't you? I mean, if we start dating and it's just like me and you, like we're dating officially, like there's so many times where I'm like, oh yeah, just like unlock my phone, whatever, like change the song, whatever it is, I would just tell him my passcode. But
I
that's
mean-
also because I'm not hiding anything.
I wouldn't hold
And
it
you
back
sound
necessarily.
lazy with that.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, like there has to be a certain point where it's not a red flag, or like there has to be a certain time in dating where the person can be justifiably upset that they don't have your passcode.
Sure.
And I think that's a significant time in.
Maybe
that's a couple months.
What about 6 months?
6 months feels
Yeah.
about right before
Yeah.
they can be upset that they don't have your passcode in the first place.
Because
Yeah.
if you wanted my phone to get like a password to a login or some other site, it's not just to see if someone's not being honest with
Yeah.
you, but it's also like, are they going through your phone, just all your money stuff and everything?
Yeah, like I think too, like if you've been dating somebody for a month, right, and you're like doing something or whatever, and you get like a text on your phone, and you ask them like to text them back or something like, oh, what's your password? And you're like, well, wait a minute, let me run over there and do it myself and hide it from you and then give it back.
Well,
That's
yeah,
a red
it's
flag
suspicious.
automatic. Yeah, it's automatic. So if you don't feel willing to share your passcode via word of mouth with the person you're dating, then you probably just shouldn't be dating yet. I think you probably should still be talking.
What we're saying is share your passcode to us.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you guys want my passcode.
I think so. Because I think once you're dating
We've
somebody,
been
that means you're
doing
not
this
talking to anybody
show.
else. So,
We've been doing this together
Yeah.
for a while.
so why wouldn't you feel comfortable sharing it unless you're hiding something?
I just don't know what. Yeah.
Are you seeing another show?
That's what it seems as if. I was just like, well, you're dating, but like it's still early on, so it's only a month in.
This is exactly what a woman would pull on, or like
woman?
Yeah, you're sounding like you're the girl that's gonna give you like the guilt trip about it. Why don't you think I can look on your phone? Are you talking to somebody else?
Well, if they were being weird, if I was in a relationship and the girl, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just change the song real quick if you just tell me your passcode. We've been dating for like a month or so, and she won't tell me it. Then I'm like, okay, what are you hiding?
It's a tough spot because it does feel indefensible, but I understand why people would like. If you're 4 months in or something, even that feels long. But if you're a couple weeks into dating,
your phone, yeah,
it feels like a lot right off the rip. But I don't know what the right time is. And we're talking about passcodes. We're not even talking about secretly looking to see if everything's on the up and up. Like, when is that become okay, or does it ever?
I just think it'd be funny if you just go like, let me just take your phone for a few hours.
Let me just see this.
I need to check it.
Let me lock myself in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm going to just borrow it for a while. We will bring it back. Okay? Don't worry about it.
I don't know. We had all this tough discussion just talking about passcodes. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, I
That's why
understand.
it's so tough to know the limits. And we're not even dating you guys. We're all our own people. Mm-hmm. So we're not, we're not tied.
Just
together.
don't hide anything. It's that easy.
It sounds like you were
You can look
standing
through
up
my
for
phone
yourself.
whenever you
we
want.
are all our own people.
Yeah.
Everybody's themselves. So if
I'm just saying we're all individuals, and so when you're in a relationship, it makes it even more difficult, but also it should make it less difficult.
I think if you're in a relationship, you should be ready to roll, getting your phone looked through at any time. Even if it's a weekend, I think if you decide to date somebody, then your phone better be phone ready lookable at that point.
You have your temporary dateable passcode set.
Yes.
And then you can change it back if you break up.
Exactly.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
But Nikki, you've got tattoos, right?
I got a few of them.
You got a couple.
I do.
Would you?
But I won't say, no, just teasing. You have to hide from your mom. Like how many you have in the beginning.
Yeah, okay. I'll keep that under wraps. But would you ever, Nikki, let a monkey give you a tattoo?
I don't think so.
Why not? They might
I
be able
told
to.
you I don't like monkeys. Like they're just weird to me.
Yeah,
If
you
it
did
was
say that.
if it was a stunt thing and it was like, here's a bear, then yes.
You'd let a bear do it.
I would. If it was like a baby
Yeah,
bear,
that
his
would be
first
pretty
tattoo.
Cool. Yeah. Would you give a bear a tattoo?
I think you'd be fined if you
the
did
bear
that.
agreed to it?
Maybe.
What if it's in his ear to keep him to keep
tagging
track of him? Yeah, does that count?
Well, that seems mean.
All right.
He's not choosing to, whereas I would be the one choosing
That's
to.
a good point. Well, this monkey didn't exactly choose, I don't think, to give this man a tattoo, but this is what was thrust upon him. We have a man from Venezuela who seems to be the first person in the world to have gotten a tattoo from a monkey.
So he trained the monkey?
Yeah, he trained the monkey to give him a tattoo. And when I thought of that, I was thinking, okay, they're not actually monkeys, but I was thinking chimpanzee.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ape. But that's what I picture because they're bigger. But this is like it's a tiny monkey.
It is, and he can hold the tattoo gun.
He can barely hold it.
See, it's smart. They basically wrapped around they have just padding around so that there's just a rectangle open on the guy's leg.
So
And
he couldn't get it into any wrong areas.
Correct. You just have such a small window where it's not going to look too bad. And he's got so many other tattoos. It's just another one to him.
He also holds this guy's name is Funky Matas, and he also holds the record for most signature tattoos on his signatures tattooed on his back.
Yeah, he's an influencer.
Over 220 tattoos on his back. Now, that's just the signatures. That's not all the other tattoos he has. And now add one more to the mix, a little tattoo on his thigh that was given to him by a monkey.
I just hope it was free, because if you're doing like a stunt one, at least you didn't have to pay.
Yeah, I think you know what? He's gotten so many tattoos. He's probably got a deal with the tattoo shops in town and whatever, where all the publicity they get. But I hope. Again, the monkey didn't choose to do this in a way.
This was for a a thing.
Yeah.
So it's just for an online thing. He found a guy who had 2 pet monkeys and a tattoo shop owner who would let him do it. So the monkey wasn't like completely untrained. He had an hour of training. There were 2 monkey trainers, and then they just let him basically hold the tattoo gun over this small spot of leg, and that's his tattoo.
I feel like it barely counts. I don't think the monkey, because he's so tiny, could put a lot. I mean, obviously, some of the ink went through.
But you had to push down enough.
Yeah, the monkey couldn't give it a lot of pressure. And then it looks like the monkey was like actually holding on to the arm of the monkey guy or whatever, too. He was holding on the arm of somebody while he was doing it with his legs. And so, I don't know, it doesn't...
What if it was good, though? What if then you went back to your guy and you're like, listen, your stuff is trash.
Yeah,
Why is
you
this
can't
monkey
compete with
better?
this monkey. Well, did you see the
I didn't
picture
actually see the end of it.
I don't want to insult the monkey. So let's just move along.
Oh, it's not bad. It's just a splotch.
Yeah, just a splotch. That's what I want with a tattoo, is a splotch.
Yeah, get a splotch and then
for the rest of my life.
Have the tattoo. Listen, sometimes you just don't care. If you get enough. And then you have
this guy definitely doesn't care.
You have the tattoo artist do something around it.
And actually, it's a much better story. If you're out at the club or something and somebody's like, oh, what's that tattoo? Usually you don't have a good story. But if it's a monkey, if it's a splotch,
then you do.
It's from a monkey. They're not going to believe you.
The Riot Radio U.
We have a double dose of fashion news today.
There's more fashion talk?
I've got more fashion for you. Well, we've talked on the show before about like trends from the 90s that might be coming back, stuff like that. Because, and this is definitely true with fashion, is that the kids that were like 90s kids that grew up in the 90s are now becoming the grown-ups. And so what they thought was cool, because they saw cool people that were supposedly cool in the 90s doing it, and they were kids, and they're like, that's cool. And now you're a grown-up, and so you're like, I'm going to do what I thought was cool when I was a kid, kind of thing. I think that's a subconscious way to look at it. Also, fashion is cyclical. Everybody knows that. So one of the trends from the 90s that is making a comeback is cargo pants.
Look at that, you
pants.
two.
Yeah.
Cargos. You guys can have the
guys,
the pockets.
This is
pockets.
This is for gals.
Oh, for gals too?
It is for girls mainly, I think.
I mean, guys have already been embracing the cargo for a long time.
I know a lot of guys who never let go of the cargo pants.
That's right.
Doesn't mean it's fashionable, if everyone's wondering.
Yeah, well, maybe now it will be.
Isaiah, it's practical. I mean, you can put your wallet in there, and you've got it's like your whole bag in your pants.
Obviously, there's people out there that love the cargo shorts. You know, my father being one of them. He has lots of things to carry. He needs those extra pockets. Me, on the other hand, I don't need all them pockets.
But are you hateful towards the cargo pants because your dad wears them?
No,
I'm down with them. I'm down with the cargo shorts. If you want to wear them, I know that you got lots of things to carry. I just know for me, it's a no-go.
You have nothing to carry.
I have nothing to carry.
Yeah, it's a tough sell for Isaiah, but Nikki, you don't have to, like, this is you. I don't know why you're selling us. You should be wearing them.
I'm the target.
Yeah, you are the target.
You do. Look at. Don't you have a big bag you bring with you all the time?
I have a smaller one today.
A smaller bag. Then you could just get rid of that bag completely. If
I
you
could.
Have
the cargo shorts.
I could. I guess cargos could be something I should look into.
Yeah, I think it is because.
Here's
and then
how
you could
fashionable I am. I'll just wait till it's at Costco.
So it comes around.
You could be so fashion forward, though. You could be. So look at this. Like, obviously, cargo pants. I don't know if it's obvious, but if you look back at like when Jennifer Lopez and the Spice Girls were in their heyday in the late 90s, early 2000s, you'd see pictures of that. I've got them here of them performing in cargo pants. But now they say that cargo pants, the new version, is even lighter. Like, cargo pants tended to be and if you get cargo shorts.
Oh, physically heavy.
Yeah, they're heavy and they're like really stiff fabric, but now they're branching out and there's new ways to wear
They're
cargo
almost
pants.
soft now.
Oh.
Not even like a heavy material.
I know you're pushing it, but I don't think I'm going to, but we'll see.
What about this? You love your walk-in?
Yeah.
You could, if you put like weights in the cargo pants.
They're not going to stay up then.
You need
get
a belt.
Yeah.
You need a heavy duty belt.
That's your new workout. You go wearing a belt.
Seems
Yeah, 'cause,
dangerous.
I mean, ankle weights are so outdated, so you just put on cargo
Just put a
pants
10-pound
and
weight in
fill
your
up.
pants.
Yeah, fill up the pockets.
Wow,
with
you
who
really,
knows what? With
again, you're really selling these
sand.
as a pants alternative.
Yeah, this is like for your bougie of bougie gals right now that are whipping this
Yeah.
out. Like even like a bunch of my girlfriends aren't into this style of fashion yet, but there's like a few of my girlfriends who were like very fashion forward who have started wearing it, but not
peeking
everyone.
in.
It's starting
Yeah.
to peek in. You always know when like your one friend who's super fashionable, when she starts wearing it, it'll be like a month or two down the line, everyone will start wearing it.
it's gonna catch on. The only issue I have is, or that what I'm worried about is if you have really light cargo pants, like light, flexible fabric, and then you're putting stuff in the pockets, it's gonna like
Polo pants?
it's gonna fly it all over the place. It's gonna be swaying all over your leg.
Well, they
you know what
aren't
I'm
putting
talking about?
anything in those pockets. That's not what fashion's
purely
about.
cosmetic.
They're purely cosmetic. Like my
Yeah.
father, if he wore these, he'd be like, "Yes,
He'd
I
load
can.
'em
I can
up.
put everything in here." The girls aren't putting a single
Fill 'em
thing in
with
those
tater tots.
Yeah, they don't have a single thing in those bottom pockets.
Didn't you say your dad takes them out of his pocket, puts it all out like in a section, and then
Oh yeah,
change.
his change,
Yeah.
his change.
back in the
He's
next
always got change in the pockets. Always.
Think about how much change
he could carry.
have. Even your dad, he probably wears cargo shorts. He hasn't gotten onto the cargo pants.
No,
has
he's
he?
not in the cargo pants yet.
Man, he's going to be a forerunner for this.
He is.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.